Hey there, it's Casey Dimon, TaxSaleAcademy.com, and welcome to this week's Tax Sale Tip video. Today I want to talk to you about networking for your tax sale business. Now hear me out. Even if you are not social at all, please stick with me. I am not a huge fan of the networking push that so many others believe you must have. I'm not the type of person that's going to hand out business cards or provide elevator pitches every time I see somebody that I don't know. In fact, despite what you see online on these videos, podcasts, stuff like that, I'm very much kind of an introvert, and I actually don't attend all that many large events. I can probably count on one hand the number of times I've attended something specifically to network, and I've done quite well without that. But I am a huge fan of networking as a byproduct of whatever business you are doing. More of a very targeted type of networking. You know, we should probably just refer to it as being social, I guess, if we're being honest. Most of the best contacts that I've ever created have come from speaking to people in the tax sale business. Now, I've told this story before, but after I purchased my first tax sale deal, I lined up a buyer. I sent the contract over to my title company to close that transaction for me with title insurance. They called back a short time later and said, Casey, we cannot insure this. This is a tax deed property. It was tax foreclosed. We can't issue title insurance. I said, what do I need to do? They said, contact an attorney. So I called a couple of friends that I knew and asked for recommendations for attorneys. And I got names of like criminal defense attorneys, estate planners, all sorts of other stuff, but nobody really knew a good real estate attorney. So, just so happens the next week, I was at a tax sale auction looking at more properties. And I began a conversation with one of the regulars that was sitting near me. You know, it was very much small talk originally. But within about 2 or 3 minutes of actually talking about how long I'd been in the tax sale business and what I was doing as an investor, I asked him, do you know any tax sale attorneys or anybody that, you know, can do a suit to quiet title for me? He pointed to a gentleman with white hair and glasses. That's who you need to talk to. He told me the guy's name, and we walked over there. He said, so-and-so, this is Casey, and I think you can help him out. And then the gentleman walked away. Little did I know, this guy was an attorney who was also a tax sale investor. He was one of the regulars at the tax sale auctions. His primary business as an attorney was, get this, handling quiet title lawsuits for tax defaulted real estate for all of his friends. A couple hours later, I dropped off the information at his office along with a check, and the suit to quiet title process was on its way. Now, he hasn't accepted clients for a number of years now, but he has literally saved me tens of thousands of dollars over the years, if not more, because all he does is suit to quiet titles for tax defaulted real estate. He knows the business better than anybody else, probably in the state. So that contact came because I struck up a conversation with one gentleman. I just started talking to the right person, and he referred me to somebody else. You know, I've had similar conversations where I've been introduced to other investors who become partners, where I've been introduced to developers, builders, title company reps, and just about anybody else that you can imagine that I would need access to as a tax sale investor, simply because I've taken the time to be social. And that's kind of hard for certain people, including myself. If you have in-person auctions, though, go to them. They are a wealth of knowledge, and you can make an incredible number of contacts very, very quickly just by starting up a conversation with the right person. If you don't have in-person auctions where you are, it's likely going to take a little bit more work, but find out who the top tax sale guys are in your area and get on their radar somehow. Attend events that you'll know they'll be at, especially if they're like charity type events. Ask your current contacts, such as the title companies that you work with and realtors, for referrals to others that you need help with. I think what most people will come to find out is most humans are actually good-hearted and they want to help. You know, it's not necessary to go passing out business cards to everybody, and in some situations, a lot of people will be taken aback by that. Heck, I haven't used a business card in years, but if you just start up a conversation, if you become genuinely interested in somebody and what they do, if you actually take the time to listen to them, have a real conversation with them without trying to want a bunch of stuff, you will organically be able to find the people that you need for success in your tax sale business. So don't be afraid to go out there and start talking to people. And again, if you have in-person tax sale auctions, that's a fantastic place to go. That's all I've got for you for this week's tip. If you are interested in learning more about what I consider to be the most incredible business on earth, make sure you check out TaxSaleAcademy.com. Take care, folks. Bye-bye.